Has your foundation ever started like this? And then a few hours later, looked like this?
Oh my God!
I know, we've all been there. And I have figured it out for myself, as well as have worked in cosmetics for many years and have helped other people find routines for themselves. So I am here to save you by saving your foundation. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know the shimmy, then it is clearly your first time here. So my name is Delana Cherie, and today we are going over 7 bulletproof maintenance and application techniques that will make your foundation freaking last. I am giving you all of my knowledge, and you can decide what parts of the routine are realistic for you and what are maybe some things that you would save for special occasion. But this is going to be everything that you need to know about making your foundation last. So let's start with number 1, and that is take care of your dang skin. Okay, you've probably heard it in other videos if you've watched any other videos like this video, but it's just the freaking truth. Take care of your skin. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this, but I will point you to a video where I do share my whole skincare routine at the end of this video, so no need to go anywhere right now. I will give you everything that you need at the end of the video. So like I said, not gonna spend a lot of time on it. We know that skincare will be taken care of. So let's just get straight into number 2, and that is to use a primer if you need it, aka if you have oily skin. If you don't have super oily skin, I have run into about 1, 2, 3, none primers that have actually made a substantial difference in how my foundation lasts. I have run into some that help with the texture, but not any that really have made a big difference on how my foundation actually lasts throughout the day. And I found that to be the case for many people that I've worked with. If you do have excessively oily skin, a good mattifying primer can do wonders for how your foundation lasts throughout the day. And if that is the case, I would recommend either the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector, or I would recommend the Makeup Forever Mattifying Primer. Both of those are just really solid, really good at controlling oil. I'm sure that there's some other great ones, so if there are, leave them down in the comments, obviously, but those are my recommendations. There are many other great uses for using a good primer, but in terms of actually making your foundation last, you can actually save your money and just go straight in with foundation after your skin is prepped with skincare. Okay, so number 3 is have a good, long-lasting foundation. This will probably look different depending on your skin type. If you have dry skin, the one that's gonna last the best on you is going to be a more hydrating foundation. If you have more oily skin, obviously you want a mattifying foundation. And if you're normal to combination, you're gonna want something that's kind of in between. For high-end foundations, you could do the YSL All Hours. That one works on pretty much every skin type from dry to oily. You could also try the Fenty foundation. That one is about $20 less. It lasts so freaking well. I just wouldn't recommend that one for dry skin. But a good, more high-end foundation for dry skin would be the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation. And then for drugstore, I highly recommend for any skin type the CoverGirl 3-in-1. That one lasts so freaking well. I have an old wear test on it that I'll link right here. I'll also link it down in the description box if you don't want to click away right now. And then also the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid. That one I would only recommend for dry skin. It will not last long on oily skin whatsoever. There are so many other long-lasting foundations that I do highly recommend, but these are just a few of my top recommendations from my personal experience by working on myself as well as working on a lot of other people. So number 4 is actually an application tip, and that is to apply your foundation in layers. I'll actually be starting a whole makeup series on makeup basics, like how to get the most flawless foundation application, so make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on that series. I'm so excited about it. But you absolutely want to avoid picking up a ton of product at once and just slopping it on the face, because that's not gonna allow the foundation to really adhere to the skin like it's meant to. So make sure to apply it in thin layers, and you can slowly build it up, but you want to alternate between buffing with a brush and then pressing that foundation in with a sponge. Having a combination of buffing in with a brush and then pressing in with a sponge will really allow the foundation to adhere to the skin as it's supposed to. So then on to number 5, and that is to set with powder. Where you apply your powder will actually be dependent on where your foundation typically tends to wear off on your face. For me, it's usually here, my chin, around my nose area, right in between my forehead, and on my cheeks. I also personally set excessively underneath my eyes because my mascara and any product around my eye area will just literally go all over the place if I don't pack it with powder. But that's not usually the case for everyone, so don't feel like you have to do that. But what you should keep in mind is that the more product that you put on initially, so if you put like a thick layer of foundation on or a ton of concealer or anything like that, the more powder you will need to set it. And putting an excessive amount of powder on your face is what we call baking. And baking is actually a really lovely, fabulous technique that really helps your foundation to last incredibly well. I can make a whole separate video on baking. There's a lot more to it that I don't want to get into it here, but just knowing that setting your face really well with powder will really help your product to last for a long time. Just know that it works. And then number 6, you will see this on YouTube all the freaking time. Set your face generously with setting spray. That's right, we've now set generously with powder and generously with setting spray. Not only does the setting spray allow the powders to kind of absorb into the skin so that your skin doesn't look powdery, but actually wetting your product after applying it is what really helps it to stick. Like really stick and grab onto your skin. Like seriously, a substantial difference whenever I set thoroughly with powder and set thoroughly with setting spray. It is incredible the amount of difference in the way that my foundation lasts. So MAC Fix Plus is a really popular one. I haven't found that this one helps a ton with longevity, but it doesn't have alcohol in it, so it's really good for dry skin. However, if you want one that is straight up good for great longevity, then the Cover FX high performance setting spray is a really good one, as well as some of the other ones that you've heard of, like the Urban Decay All Nighter. Just be wary that those ones do have alcohol in them, so they can be a little bit more drying on the skin if you're spraying an excessive amount of them. And now number 7. This one may sound obvious, but I feel like I just have to say it. One of the most important things in keeping your makeup on all day is stop touching your face. Your hands have oils on them, and those oils, if made contact enough, will break down your foundation, and it can totally be controlled if you just be very aware of the fact that you just made a masterpiece and you shouldn't touch it. You don't touch the Michelangelo's work. Don't touch your face. And now that you know everything that you need to know about how to make your foundation freaking last, make sure to check out this video right here where I share my whole skincare routine with you, as well as some tips on how I wind down for the night. So go ahead and click right here and I will see you over there. Bye! I feel like my face is bloated. Oh.